season week 2. Alright, so this is the follow-up to last week's squat session. This week I'm scheduled for 4 sets of 10 instead of 3 sets of 10. Still working with that 70% of my training max, so still at 315 today. I didn't start walking correctly until the morning before the morning of this session. So I was a little bit nervous, as you should be before any training session, I think. Nervous and excited about how this was going to go, mostly because I was in so much pain from last week that I was just stoked to add an extra set and have it be that much more painful. But surprisingly, my recovery has bounced back. All of the extra cardio work that I have been doing has definitely brought up my aerobic capacity, so my recovery between sets is a lot better this week, and I was actually able to finish all 4 sets in about the time it took me to do the 3 last week. So on my first couple of warm-ups, I noticed that I was bracing incorrectly. On the set before this, you should have seen that I was taking a breath in just to my chest instead of into the belly. So I was actually inhaling my way into extension. So I filmed those couple of sets from the side just to make sure I was bracing a little bit more efficiently. And then finally got it put together for this 275. My first set here at 315 did not really feel all that great. I think I was still having a little bit of trouble finding my groove in the Olympic shoes. I was trying to keep the same head position as I normally would in a flat pair of shoes, and it just doesn't work quite the same for me. So this set felt like shit. It didn't look the greatest. You can see I kind of unkinked from the hips and the upper body at 2 different times. So it wasn't very smooth, and I ended up using my lower back more than I wanted to. And I kind of figured out towards the end of this set here and into the first part of next set that a little bit more neutral of a head position seems to work better for me when squatting in a heeled shoe. If I'm in a flat pair of shoes, then I like to look up a little bit more, but you can see the difference on this set between the first 2 reps and then from the 3rd rep on, where I kind of find a new place to put my eyes. Here I'm looking more straightforward, and then on this rep there, I figured out that looking a few inches lower actually smooths out that bar path for me. So once I got that down, these started to feel a lot better. Was able to load into my hips and actually really sit back into the heels as much, maybe a little bit more so than I can in flat shoes. So that was really nice to kind of get that groove and figure out how to make that feel better. It made it feel more familiar. Was kind of the best way I have to say it. It felt more natural, kind of like how squatting in flat shoes usually is for me. So that'll be nice. I think carrying into next week, that will definitely make the 5 sets of 10 that I have to do feel a lot better. So kind of excited to see how that plays out. Once I got that figured out, I decided to shoot this set here from a little bit of a side angle. That way I can watch my head position as well as depth as well as knees, and you can still kind of tell where I'm bracing from this angle too. So this 3rd set probably felt the best of all 4, just because I had the first set that felt off. 2nd set I found a new groove, and then I was really able to take all of those new cues for myself because I was watching these videos in between sets, and then really start to apply it to this one. So this set was nice and strong. Was able to go through and knock out all 10 reps without too much rest between the 2nd and the 3rd set, and ended up feeling pretty good finishing this up. So that was nice to see that improvement. 4th set felt pretty good. I just wanted to make sure I was still getting the depth cueing, or the depth that I wanted to be hitting. So I went a little bit closer and hit that same angle. For some reason, just decided to pause that first rep. I don't even know why it happened. It just kind of did. These all felt pretty good as well. Nice smooth transition down into the hole, and then on these ones, leading up with the eyes a little bit. So neutral head on the way down, eyes up on the way up out of the squat as I'm starting to fatigue. Seems to be what's working best for me in these shoes. So still not quite sure if I like them better than squatting in flat shoes. I will know better in 8 weeks. But at least for right now, it's nice to have these not feel like complete garbage. So that's positive. This set had me pretty tired. I ended up taking about 10 minutes after I was done with all these before going on to my accessory work. Decided to push the weight on all my accessories for squats rather than adding sets and reps. So I worked up to a top set of 240 on the pause squats with the safety squat bar. Shooting for about a 3-second pause on these. Decided to go 3 sets of 5, 3-second pause, and then next week I'm going to go 3 sets of 3 with a 3-second pause. So try and push the weight on my accessories and then let the volume build happen just from the core work. So these felt pretty good. I don't know why the bar looks like it's crooked. It looks like I set the camera up off angle, but whatever. They didn't feel crooked when I was doing them. Went into good mornings, worked up to 200 pounds for a set of 8 here. These felt a lot better than last week. I think honestly, just a lot of last week was just out of shape. So that should continue to get better over the course of this training cycle. Cardio is definitely helping. I was able to drop just under 5 pounds last week. So cutting pretty successfully on 300 to 500 grams of carbs. So I'm expecting good things. Nothing exciting here. These are just good mornings. After this, went 3 sets. This is my top set. Just went right back into the band crunches that I did last week, just to stretch up the back and get a little bit of heavier ab work. Went 4 sets instead of 3. So that's pretty much it for my squat training from this week. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. I should be putting out more content in the next day or two here as I go into my bench workout. Thanks a lot.